Good morning, Kitchen Witches. Today is July 1st. Happy July. And this is your tarot and menu inspiration for the day. I'm Chef Lisa, editor-in-chief of A Chef's Grimoire magazine. We're going to pick one card, and this is it. This is all you need to know for the whole day. Everything else is gravy. So we made it to July. Can you believe it? The 1st of July. So amazing. Things happen so quickly. This year feels like it just started. And it kind of did, right? The year doesn't start on January 1st. It actually, if you go with the astrological wheel, it starts with the beginning of Aries season, which is March 21st. So the beginning of spring. That's when it starts. So if you think of it, we're only about 3 months into the year. That's why it feels like it just started. All right, anyway, I digress. Okay, so we are now looking at what is our card for July 1st. I'm going to do one more shuffle now that my mind is focused on what we're doing and not going off on tangents. Okay, card of the day is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups, yes. So cups are emotions, right? So when we're thinking of our emotions, we ride waves, right? So that's how you can, with the element of water, how you can remember it easily, because you're riding waves with your emotions, and the waves are water, and that's what the element is when you're dealing with what emotions are. They're watery emotions. So our queen and all queens within the tarot deck are nurturers of this suit. So if you are new to the tarot, court cards are one of the most difficult to read because they don't have they're more personalities, and personalities are very changeable. Obviously, we know it's the queen. We know that she's nurturing of emotions, but we also know that she has so as she's depicted, right? She's right at the edge of what looks like the ocean. And she's on a stone throne that her feet are not in the water. They're on the shoreline, on beautiful, colorful pebbles, right? That are strewn all through the shoreline. So that's to say that she is in touch with her emotions, but isn't consumed by them, right? She holds a golden cup, but the cup is closed. It's not open because she can balance, like I said, she's not consumed by her emotions and can balance all of the subconscious emotion that most of us fear and hold it extremely well. So she doesn't need to have it open to all kinds of other people's interpretation of that feeling, right? It's closed. She's the only one that can feel it. She can feel it and know that she can withstand all that it encompasses. So yeah, so queens, right? So we know all of this about this card, but when put into a tarot spread, court cards are usually the people that we deal with. Outside people, but they could also represent us inside. So that's why they're challenging to read. But again, I'm digressing. I'm going all over the place in this video. I apologize. But that's just a little taste of court cards because they can be difficult. So Today it's the Queen of Cups. We now know how she's depicted and what those symbols mean, right? She's got little cherubs on her throne, which is all about, again, being part of the ether to bring in the thoughts, but keep them tangible on the ground and not be overcompensated. Don't let them take you away, right? You can handle them, and that's what this queen does very well. So, bringing this card into the day, we want to, when I'm learning court cards, I like to look around me. Today's Wednesday, so you're in the workplace, so maybe in your travels today, you're meeting people, say at the coffee shop or at the workplace or at the grocery store, or wherever you're going to be today, and just take a look at them and watch them for a bit and say, does that person carry the Queen of Cups energy? And it's interesting what you find. So that's your task for today in bringing this card in. Now, if you want to bring it to yourself, maybe you should look at how your feelings are. Have you been, all over the place? Have you had some up times and down times, or are you steady and even keel every day? What's causing those emotions? Is it something in the workplace, something at home? Why are you up one day and down the next, right? So consciously think of that and think of how you can bring the queen into your emotional state so that you are more even-keeled, are more able to take in what's going on without getting emotionally worked up about it. It's a hard thing to do in some situations, but most times if we can remain calm, cool, and collected, keep our thoughts and or our emotions in check, we can handle the big stuff and the little stuff and kind of glide through the day. So yeah, take a look, see what's going on with you, and pinpoint the Queen of Cups all around you because they're there. You just got to find them. Now, if the queen moved into the kitchen, what kind of meals would she make? So I'm going to consult my cheat sheet, and I was thinking cups are emotions. So food is very emotional. And we want to stay even keeled, right? So think of what grandma used to cook for you. Yeah? That stuff is like solid, right? Yeah, you come home, grandma's in the kitchen, and I don't know, she whipped you up something, that was, you knew only grandma could make, right? If anybody else made it, it didn't taste as good. So, everybody comes from a different background. I understand that. And I'm going to give you some choices here, right? So, for breakfast, I'm thinking Vienna eggs. Now, hear me out on this one. So, Vienna eggs is a very old-fashioned dish. And it's nothing more than soft-boiled eggs that are in a glass dish. They have to be in a glass dish so you can see them. Right? See every part of them. And then when they're opened, they ooze, they make their own sauce. And you sprinkle them with a little salt and chives. That's a Vienna egg. And you don't have to be Venetian or Vietnamese. No, not Vietnamese. You know what I mean. You don't have to be that nationality to eat these. Or who knows, maybe you are. But grandma would make these, and she'd make either toast, buttered toast to dip in them, or a beautiful cream biscuit, which are lovely to eat with these, right? Biscuits. You can make a cream biscuit. All it is flour, baking powder, salt, and heavy cream. You mix it together till it becomes what feels like, and I literally don't even use a recipe for this. You mix it all together until it feels like um, biscuit dough. And then you scoop and you plop. You could do it that way, or you can add more flour and use a cookie cutter to cut it. Bake them off for like 15 minutes in a 375 oven. You want your biscuit dough to be cold, and you want your oven to be on the hotter side. And they rise beautifully, and they're delectable. You can brush the tops with more cream. You don't have to do an egg wash. Use the cream because you're using it anyway in the biscuit. Delicious. And you can look it up online, a cream biscuit. And if it has more than cream, salt, flour, baking powder, more than 4 ingredients, it's not the same thing. So find that recipe, it's great. And it's something once you read it and you do it, you never have to read a recipe on it again. You could just make it anytime you want. Vienna eggs, love it. Breakfast, done. So now moving into lunch. I'm thinking rice stick noodles. So now we're moving into Asian heritage, right? So if grandma was Asian and you came home for lunch, she would make you a stir fry of rice noodles with vegetables. Yes, and that is super yummy. And I don't know, rice noodles, any kind of noodle is very nostalgic for me, right? Because I'm from New Jersey originally. I live in New York now, but I'm from New Jersey, and we twirl our pasta. So we use a fork and a spoon, and we twirl the long lengths of pasta. So I'm a twirler. So for me, I love that. And then you take the whole thing, you put it in your mouth, you go. So rice stick noodles, if you have, if your grandma was Asian background, fantastic. If not, if you're Italian, then maybe a pizza sub. A long length of Italian bread that you put a little marinara on, your cheese, your salami or pepperoni, and then you put it in the oven until it's nice and toasty. That is darn delicious for lunch. So, nanas, thank you. Or, if you're good old American heritage, maybe an egg salad sandwich. So you've got choices, right? You've got lots of choices, you've got lots of backgrounds, lots of grandmas from all over the world. And these are things that they would serve to you. Dinner. Again, we're going back to Italian because really, come on, right? Even though all of us are from all over the place, Italian food is really amazing. So I'm thinking chicken Milanese, which is a chicken cutlet, guys. It's chicken cutlet. So you've got your dredging station, you take your thin sliced chicken, you put it in the flour, a little seasoning of salt, put it in the egg, put it in the crumb. And my crumbs, what I like to do, I've moved on to panko crumbs because they just give a better crunch, but you can use breadcrumbs. And I zhuzh them up with a little parsley, lemon peel, so I zest a lemon into it, and Parmesan cheese. And then I dredge the egg washed chicken into that and put it on a sheet tray, get my oil on the pan fry until they're golden brown and delicious. Yes, so that's your Milanese. Now I'm gonna toss up a salad of bitter greens to go on top. So grandma would probably use chicory or escarole or even romaine lettuce. Okay, arugula, yes. And you're gonna toss that with just a simple vinaigrette. So it would be, you could use white wine vinegar, red wine vinegar, apple cider vinegar, a little Dijon to get it emulsified a little better. Honey, of course, to make it just a little sweet, and then your olive oil. You strewn that in, either shake it in a jar or whisk it up by hand and pour that over the salad, just enough to get it wet, not sopping, and then you put that on top of the cutlet, and you've got your salad and your chicken and your proteins and lots of love from grandma. So I love that, and I think that is, again, Queen of Cups meals. Yes, nostalgic. They make you not only happy, but they just bring back all of the warm, fuzzy blanket feelings, and they can help you sustain any ups and downs from the day and just bring it back to flatline steadiness, right? Keep your emotions in check with the Queen of Cups. So, as she would want it, please nourish yourself, nourish all those around you with your kitchen magic. I'll see you tomorrow.